For one final time, hello and welcome back to the Premier League. We have one game left and it's the decider match to see who goes through in second place, joining Snoot to represent at the season finals. Joining me on the desk now is the two angels of StarCraft. We have Sam and James. Welcome to the desk, James. You've been doing an excellent job commentating so far. You love it back there. You hardly ever come out and hang with us.
I know, I've been relegated. I'm always there. I'm always locked in the box. I'm like
relegated or promoted?
Depending on how you want to look at it. You can go either way.
I do like to consider the desk the A-team. Now Sam's joined us. No?
Yeah.
You can
be the A-team, we can be the Blues Brothers like you said yesterday.
And you are the Angels now in your white shirts, man. I'm the devil next to both of you.
We can be anything you want us to be, Sean.
That's right, and right now I need you to talk about Elazer, our 17-year-old Polish player who just comes off a back loss versus Snoot, but is confident overall in this group. And I spoke to him upstairs again. We'll keep it a little bit to the quiet end. He really wants to play this match right now against Hitman. He's loving it. He spoke earlier and he's like, you know what? I'm going to smash this kid. He did say that.
Yeah, he said that to me as well, actually.
Did he?
Yeah.
He did.
Not quite in those words, but he did say that he wanted to play Hitman.
He didn't say the same words to me, though. I just exaggerated a little bit. But he's really confident going up against this, and there's no reason he shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't said those words to me, guys, but I can imagine he is that confident. I mean, going up against that kind of style, he's probably very easily anticipating what's going to be going on into this game after what happened in the first series. So Elazer's got all the cards in front of him. All he has to do is pick the right one.
Yeah, I mean, Hitman, what is he going to do? What build is he going to do? I made a joke earlier, James, that these guys didn't get. I said Hitman should have turned up wearing a black jacket, a white shirt, and a red tie, and Sam and everyone else was like, what does that mean? I'm like, God damn it, guys, whatever. But what do you think he's going to do? I mean, we saw how crazy he was in the first series. He's got to do it again.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he actually kind of brings a similar style, because we saw from game number 1 to game number 2 how easily Elazer was able to read it, then shut it down, that kind of Zealot Immortal all in play. So I guess maybe prolonged gateway pushes later on, something like that. Maybe that could work.
Well, I spoke to Pig before, because obviously Pig's played against him a little bit. He does play on the NA ladder a little bit. And he spoke about Hitman's builds. And he spoke about those two specific builds. He said that he can play this 3-base macro game as well as the cheesy 2-base all-ins like he did do. So the fact that he's already kind of showcased those styles and didn't really go too well, I'm kind of interested to see how he's going to approach it, because obviously he's going to have to change something up. He can't keep it the same.
Yeah, that is the whole point of this series now, is what can he do different? Because if he doesn't, I think this is going to be a very one-sided series. But let's take a look at the maps now. The 3 maps that we're going to be going to, this can maybe help us look at this series a little bit closer. It's going to be Coda, Iron Fortress, and Terraform here. These maps, something that Hitman can use to switch things up?
Well, it's the same maps that he had in the previous series, obviously in a different, actually, is it in a different order? It was Terraform, the first map. So yeah, a little bit of a different order, but Coda, the first standard map, like we see in most series these days. But Iron Fortress, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. Protoss don't like playing this map, and for a very good reason. And we saw him try to take a 3rd base on this map, but kind of strange decision to me, because it never really works. It's really hard to take. It's so kind of out of the way, the 3rd base, and as we saw, Elazer just picked it apart pretty easily. So I feel like he's going to approach it in a different way, and that being the second map, he definitely needs to do that.
He's got to be very careful too. I mean, going into this first map, it's almost like a must-win, knowing that Elazer's going to tear him apart come that second map. So first map being Coda is a good map for him to be on. It's just exactly what is he going to do, and the importance of his build, decisions and strategy here is vital to his success.
Yeah, and Coda's a good map in my opinion. There's a lot of different styles that you can play on this map. You can do the 2-base all-ins like we did see him attempt, but you can also play the standard macro games, and it's pretty easy to do so. You can go up to 3 bases comfortably, and you can play the longer drawn-out games. And like I said before, he can play that style. So whether he brings that out in this opening map, we're yet to see, but I think it would be a good choice.
What are your final thoughts then on this series, James, before we do the inevitable predictions?
I think in the end, Elazer's going to end up taking that barcode on the back of his head and putting him through the checkout, because this is going to be a little bit difficult.
That's why he's here. That's why he's here. We needed some of that spice brought to the desk. Predictions?
2-0 to Elazer.
All right, mean and keen, Kalaris is.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 to Elazer as well. I don't feel like Elazer's going to make the mistakes that he made in the first series, and it's going to be pretty easy.
You brutal Brits over there, two of you. I guess I can join in as well on that. But I think you guys may be right on this one. We'll find out, right? Because we've got to go to the country team to decide who is going to Poland to join Snoot.
Thank you for the analysis, boys. We are about to find out. Can Hitman change it up? Can he find a way? Can he pull a new trick out of his magic bag and find a way to stop Elazer from getting to those Polish finals? Elazer's got his heart set on it. But, I mean, we saw he kind of stepped it up after that first game of the day and just crushed through Hitman. Do you think Hitman can change it up enough to make this series a little bit different?
Nope. No, I don't think he's going to be playing too differently than what we saw from him. He's definitely going to be through aggression here that I think he's going to be trying to find success.
All right, maybe trying to pick something else out of his bag of tricks. We are going to find out very soon as we go into Coda for Game 1 in this rematch. It is the deciding match, a very important match for this Polish player over here. He has his eyes set on it. He is Elazer. Representing Team Extreme Supremacy, and with absolutely blazing fast APM. He's going to be going up against this guy over here, a mysterious player from North America. He's finally unveiled himself at this event, knocking out Jim earlier. It is Hitman.
Hitman, who by the look of things wants to keep it very real here, very Protoss.
Got to keep it real, man.
That series.
I mean, he's going for that quick proxy by the look of things. Now, I am curious, is it going to be a double gate? Because sometimes Hitman, he actually builds a few probes behind this and goes for like a cannon forge at home, but I think he does that off a few more probes.
Yeah, usually when you go for like this fast a probe across the map, I think you're almost always going to want to go for a double gate, but he starts the probe behind it, so...
He sometimes does do the version where he builds a second pylon at home, and then he just like goes into Forge, and he does like a cannon and Zealot Rush.
To build a second pylon at home, can he just make the Forge here if you wanted to get it?
Can proxy the Forge as well, actually. It's even more all-in if you do that, but you do have time to get a cannon up at home. So
well, I mean, it is Hitman.
Yeah, I mean, it's Hitman, but it's a crazy build, whatever he's got in plan. We're about to find out very soon. 150 minerals, and he does go proxy Forge as well. This is a very crazy aggressive build, but Elazer's already gone for a pool first. Now, the probe's going to come in and sees no hatchery down, and already Hitman's heart has to be sinking a little bit there.
The pull first definitely makes things better for Elazer, and I would say if he had gone for hatch first, it'd be a disaster now, but he's definitely not out of the woods here just yet. Like, this is clearly something that Hitman, he's been in this situation before.
And that drone came down, but I don't think it saw the pylon. I'm not.
No.
It turned around just before the pylon. Elazer has no idea this is happening. He's building 4 Zerglings, which is great, but he needs to pull drones as well. Like, he needs to stop this going down. There are 6 Zerglings on the way. Elazer may have realized.
I really like that Hitman didn't reveal the Zealot and just kept it there. He's going to take Elazer. An instant reaction here. He's pulling the drones immediately. I'm not sure that's the right reaction at all.
He needs to stop the cannons getting up. He's going to try and fight these Zealots, but that cannon is so close to finishing. The Zealots microing back here for Hitman. They're just wasting so much time, and the time has been bought. The cannon has finished, Todd.
Yeah, there's another Zealot as well coming in. He's being boosted out right now. That was the wrong reaction by Elazer. This is what I thought. The first time that you play against this, it's going to be really hard to react properly. And I don't think that Elazer has reacted properly here. He's going to find himself on 10 drones against 15 probes. And in this case, I don't think he's breaking out anytime soon. He might use those broodlings, I guess, that will come out from the hatchery dying to try and pass this position.
Yeah, I mean, he's down to 10 drones behind his. Elazer needs to crush this. Like, he needs to absolutely crush it and get across the map.
Hitman is boosting out probes. He's getting a gas. He's in a fantastic position.
Oh, he's only building his pylon in his main base though, so if Elazer can break out, maybe he can do this. Oh, focusing on the queen here is Hitman, and he's going to kill all the Zerglings as well. Wow, maintains the position. This is disastrous for Elazer. Elazer has no economy to fall back on. He has nothing to do but try and engage this, but those Zealots are going to make mincemeat out of those Zerglings.
Yeah, that's 10 drones to 19 probes here. Elazer behind this is getting a lot of Zerglings, but having lost his queen, he's not going to have any more injects. He's not going to be getting speed anytime soon. He's just broke. He's gonna have those links basically to try and make something happen with, but there's still a cannon up. Even if he busts this position here, Hitman back at home, he can start a cannon. He's gonna be able to start Mothership Core as soon as his Cyber Core finishes there.
Yeah, Hitman's looking in such a good position right now, and the cannon does go down back home. Elazer's still just so focused on trying to break out of his base, though. These Zealots are untouchable. Slow Zerglings cannot deal with that, and he's not even going across the map. He's just trying to deal with the proxy. There's just so much immediate threat, and Elazer is looking desperate right now.
I mean, even that Overlord across the map is like on top of a photon cannon that's about to finish, so... It's not fun times here for Elazer.
Run, Overlord. Losing that would just be devastating. I think it will get out of there just barely in time. We will find out soon enough. Meanwhile, he's going to take down that proxy pylon, and the Overlord does survive with 4 hit points remaining. Meanwhile, though, the Zealots get into the drone line. He says, yeah, you're going to kill the pylon at my proxy, but guess what? You're not mining minerals right now. I've got Zealots in your base. These Zealots from Hitman are just doing devastating damage while Hitman does whatever he wants back home.
The rich keeps on getting richer here, it seems like, in this game, with Hitman getting more and more probes. Right now he's 10 walkers ahead. He's going to be able to maybe take out this queen here. That's what he's gunning for. Actually doesn't quite get it here. Nice move by Elazer, but that was more mining time lost, and 2 more drones went down. So 24 probes to 12 drones. Behind this, gonna keep it real still. Here is Hitman with 4 more gateways on the way. So just a casual North American 5-gate here is going to be on the menu.
5-gate, just, you know, hitting you at about 9 minutes into the game. Yeah. Pretty standard stuff.
But it's actually even more funny that he already had one gate out on the map, so he made 5 more gates.
Oh my, the Mothership Core, realizing the Queen has red HP, it's going to come in here and just destroy the main mineral line of Elazer. Elazer has to be so annoyed right now. This is so frustrating to deal with him. And the only unit he has that can shoot up goes down. His other Queen isn't even halfway done. Look at this, he's trying to micro his drones desperately, but Hitman, this is basically a checkmate at this point. He is just obliterating Elazer's economy.
If Zerg Hell was a real thing, I think Elazer's definitely in it right now. Everything has gone bad.
An eternity of just sitting there trying to micro drones versus a Mothership Core and no anti-air. This is such a hard situation.
He missed that pylon as well that's being made across the map. Not that it will matter anyway, because that Mothership Core is killing him by itself, but Hitman's going to be able to start warping in units right across the map here. And he's gonna be game here real soon. Even goes for sentries. I mean, why not have some fun?
Oh, this is a devastating move for Hitman. Hitman definitely is having fun right now. Going to come into the main base with a few slow Zerglings, sees a cannon and a sentry, and he is forced to tap out. GG. And the smirk appears on Hitman's face right on cue. He knows he's just pulled one over on the ever-confident, the audacious Elazer.
A cheeser smirk here.
The cheeser smirk. I mean,
it's so much more satisfying. You know, it's like this one. I had like this one friend. Every time somebody bought him a meal, he always said the same thing. He was like, "Oh, this food tastes so much better when somebody pays for it." And in this case, Hitman, winning in StarCraft feels so much better when he's through some of these very special builds that he seems to have developed for himself here, and does really well with.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Elazer's taking that loss quite hard, and you've got to after that. You're expecting this guy to be cheesy. You're saying before the match, I'm going to smash this guy. I'm ready for this cheese. I'm ready for this aggression. And it's so harsh to go down when you've opened up with a safe pool first build like that and to die. And he really has to get his head straight, because if we think back to how that rush started off, Todd, you can remember he didn't spot the pylon going down. If he spotted it straight away, he could have bought time. He could have brought down drones with his first 6 Zerglings, and he could have shut it down very easily.
Yeah, definitely. When you see this late, I don't think that pulling drones is the right reaction, especially when there was already like 2 Zealots in position and the cannons were being so close to finishing already. Hitman actually joins the lobby and types a heart.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of attitude coming out of him, of course. And you can see his lack of a mousepad there, which is very unique for a player to use. But, you know, his first time here in WCS, he's already eliminated a guy who's been in Premier League, I believe, 6 times in Gym. He's now here in the deciding match, and if he wins this next game, he goes through to the Poland finals. He goes through in second place behind Snoot, and he eliminates a player who a lot of us have been looking forward to seeing great things from.
Yeah.
This is Elazer. This is his strongest matchup, and he's going to have to pull something big out as we do go into our next game on Iron Fortress in just a moment.
The map definitely should favor Elazer here if he was to not die early on to some kind of cheeky build. But he being Iron Fortress, I mean, we've seen how Hitman can try and mix it up, and if he was to go for another one of those builds, it could be as deadly as what we just saw.
This is going to be a tricky one. Hitman still has the pressure on him. He still needs to bring out something new. He's one map away from progressing to those Poland finals. Elazer there, though, is in his path. And speaking of the man himself, spawning here in the bottom left-hand side of Iron Fortress, the Poland representative, the young up-and-coming Zerg, it is Elazer. One of the faster players we have in WCS at the moment. And he has to get through one of the most mysterious, one of the craziest players out there, one of the guys with the most unique builds. It is Hitman.
He's already gone for a final up his ramp here, a little bit old school. He was actually using a bunch of those builds in the first series that he played earlier today, where he was opening with the gateway like this, Cybercore, and then gas.
And that is actually a 10 gateway, interestingly enough. Now, you don't see that too often against a Zerg player. What could that indicate, Todd?
Usually, it means that you're going to want to be aggressive, and in this case, on this map, he's hoping that it will be scouted late, and probably we're going to want to send something like a Zealot, maybe a Stalker across the map, and sometimes Mothership Core, but we don't have a gas starting here just yet for Hitman. It's going to be made on 13, which is a little bit late. Usually, if you want to go for Stalker plus Mothership Core, you start the gas very shortly after the gateway.
Okay, maybe just a very fast Zealot pressure. He's going to go out with that probe now to scout around the map, try and get some vision. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we do see Elazer going for the hatchery first opening. Elazer, looking at this big map, he feels completely confident to go for that fast economy play.
And Hitman being the wild and crazy player that is, I wouldn't even be surprised if he did like a Zealot Stalker pressure into a 4-gate or even 3 gates. With this kind of 10 gateway, it's just going to come so fast. And he already just won a map against Elazer. Maybe he's hoping that Elazer gets a little bit desperate and thinks that he has to go for something like a double hatch before pull, in which case this kind of build can be absolutely deadly.
Yeah.
We talked about how hard it is to take a 3rd base. Well, guess what? He might not even be planning to take a 2nd base.
Maybe not. You know, if he saves up a lot of chrono boost, which he is, he could actually go for that 1 base build. And you got to keep in mind, Elazer's first Overlord did not go in the right direction. His second Overlord, though, will scout it before too long. And Elazer has gone for a very fast gas. So he's gone hatch, pool, and gas. He's going to have a fast Zergling speed. And if he can spot this chrono boost on this Cybercore and the lack of a Nexus, he will immediately know what's happening. But this Overlord, it's not going to see this for a little while because he still doesn't know he's spawned there. So even seeing a lack of a Nexus doesn't give him any information for sure just yet.
Yeah, this is going to be spotted so late already, and 1 additional gateway goes down. It's going to be at least 2 more. Does he go for the 4-gate or just keeps it to 3 here? Is Hitman. Hitman is the American Elfie, I feel like.
Oh, he really is like such a unique player. The Overlord just barely misses that Stalker. And just look at how slowly it's edging forward. You can feel the Zerg fans out there, the Polish fans, just looking at this and just grinding their teeth, thinking, oh my, he has to see this coming. But Elazer actually seems to have picked up on it back home. He is dropping down a Spine Crawler. He's seen the Zealot and a Stalker and he's thinking, what is going on? What is this? He knows something's happening.
He needs to send the Queen down from the main here. That's going to be very important. That Spine Crawler in here needs to complete. And Elazer right now is going to be on making on his Zerglings.
He's going to get the Stalker down. Beautiful focus fire from Hitman. Hitman is going to have Warpins joining this in just a few moments. And there is a Zergling speed on the way. There are a lot of Zerglings on the way. You know, with good control, Elazer can hold this. But with new Zealots coming in very soon, it's going to be tricky. The Stalker and the Zealot are just whittling down so many of these Zerglings.
Speed's actually about to finish. So Hitman here, you will very clearly be going for Stalkers. And he has no idea about the gas timing here from Elazer. He has no idea that Speed's about to finish. So if Hitman overextends And I mean, soon there's going to be a lot of Zerglings here attacking him. 14 of them are in production right now.
He focused
I
fired
don't
the
think
queen.
this is too bad for Elazer at all.
Yeah, he's got a spine up now. One queen goes down, but Hitman actually focus fired the wrong queen at the start, so the transfuse got off, and it just wasted a little bit of that valuable damage output. The Zerglings do get down a Stalker kill, ever so valuable there from Elazer. Elazer's trying to get some more injects down. He's feeling the starvation of the lava, and he needs to hang on. But these two spines are such a great anchor here, and the Zerglings maybe getting a bit overeager. They're going to try and surround these Stalkers.
Yeah, and I think if he kills a few of them, it's going to be worth it. Just gets this one here in the end. Hitman is completely all in. There is really no transition here out of this.
Oh, a spine crawler's moving up. This is a little bit risky from Elazer, but it takes a lot of damage on that spine. That's actually really bad if that goes down. There's so few Zerglings out right now, and the spine crawler does go down.
Yeah, Elazer is not trading in the best of ways. He keeps on sending these queens out of position here. They get sniped. That's some injects that is missing for some time. And he was supply block here for a moment, so Elazer's got a lot of minerals here. He needs a big chunk of Zerglings to eventually push this back once and for all.
Hitman focusing down the other spine crawler. The Zergling's a little bit slow to react, and the spine crawler goes down. Hitman's ball is getting a little bit scary here. The Zergling count's increasing, though. The queen count is increasing. Elazer, he's going to look to wrap around these units, but the Zealots pull to the front. The Stalker's micro backwards. Beautiful control from Hitman. More Zealots joining the fray. He is pushing in for the kill right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's enough Zerglings here, but there's probably is not. Elazer is going to get his queens targeted down, and somehow Hitman might be making this work here right now. Elazer down to his last few Zerglings. He's running away with the drones and queens. They're going to be cornered here by the Zealots.
Oh, wow. The queens are getting cornered. The Zerglings are starting to just whittle down in numbers. There's so many units coming in here. Elazer looks like he's down to his last legs. There's just Protoss units aren't dying. They're just not dying right now. And he's coming in now. The last couple of drones and Zerglings wrapping around. There's still 5 Stalkers. Another queen goes down. The Zealots coming in. The march of pain here. The queen's looking for safety, but there is no safety to be found. The Zealots and Stalkers are killing every single unit as they pop out. And Hitman is looking to make his way to those Poland finals. He is going to try and shove Elazer out of this game. And Elazer's last queen's dropping down. The Stalkers shooting down the Zerglings. These Zealots are marching down. They're going to trap those last queens. Elazer feeling the last hope drift out. His production is just flailing. The Zerglings cannot group up, trying to get the surround on the Stalker at the back. His queens running in circles, but they're not making anything happen. And as the last queens fall, he is pushed out of this game. Hitman proceeds to the round of 16. He goes to those Poland finals in a fashion which only Hitman could do. An astounding win there. Does go to get that handshake. Hitman playing the sneakiest of builds, the cleverest of builds, really understanding how to take advantage of that big map, playing the odds and taking advantage of them in decisive fashion.
He really tricked Elazer here. Elazer, even though he realized what was happening before it actually hit, it was too late already, kind of. And I do think there was a way he would have been able to hold it if he had managed the situation properly, but this is the kind of build that you never face unless you somehow meet Elfie a bunch of times on ladder and he's feeling like using this build. It's very hard to get practice against this kind of build. So the one time that you play against it, it almost feels as if the first time you play against it, you're going to be making enough mistakes to lose against it usually.
Exactly.
And how unfortunate for Elazer to have had to face this here in the decisive game.
Those nerves running through your system, it's such a hard spot, but Hitman does go through. Let's go over to the analysis desk and let's hear from the man himself.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Hitman, you've made it. You're going to play at the season finals. You're going to Poland. Congratulations. It must be a great feeling to know that you've played in the Premier League for the first time and you've just rocketed straight to the season finals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty surprised I made it this far, to be honest. It's my second time playing in WCS. I remember trying to qualify like 2 years ago. It didn't go very well, but I guess this time it worked out for me.
It did work out, and you stayed true to what you brought to playing against Zerg today, and you hit him hard and aggressive, and it paid off, it worked, and you were able to beat him 2-0, and it really looked for us watching it that you hit him and he wasn't able to keep calm under that type of pressure, and he crumbled.
Yeah, I played a lot more aggressive than I did in the first series. I thought he was going to 9-pool me or chase me because I always go Nexus first on ladder. So it's why I did the same build twice in a row. Try to play safe all 3 games. It didn't work out, so I decided to stick to my guns, and I guess it worked out.
It did, Sam.
So do you play against Elazer a lot on ladder, did you say?
I only play on North America, and I don't think I've ever played against
Right,
Elazer.
okay. So talk to me about that build on Iron Fortress, because I think anyone can kind of agree that doing a three gate off one base kind of attack isn't really usually too common and too effective, really.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about either going for a 4-gate or a 3-gate, and I basically flipped a coin in my mind, and I ended up with a 3-gate, and I guess it worked out perfectly fine. So I mean, it's good versus. I think it's good versus speedling openers when you can catch the first few units when they don't have speed, and I think that's pretty much what happened in that game. I got a few unit pickoffs and was able to secure a lead and close it out in the end.
So you don't actually have too much offline experience, like you said. You've tried to make WCS before, it didn't go too well, but it seems like you've just came here and it hasn't affected you whatsoever, and you chose builds that are kind of a bit risky and a bit out there, and you just played your game.
Yeah, I pretty much just stuck to my guns, played my game, did my all-ins and cheeses, and it went pretty well for me.
And I guess is probably what you're going to look to doing towards the season finals. Are you looking to make adjustments? You've got 2 weeks to change your game up a little bit, or are you just going to, carry the American flag to Poland playing this way?
Probably gonna think of a couple new cheeses along the way, but it's gonna be pretty much all-ins and cheeses from here on out.
You heard it here first. Congratulations, Hitman. You will be representing America at the season finals. A massive victory for the young man here. Let's take a look at the bracket to confirm exactly where we are now. And as you can see on stage, we have Snoot through in first place. Hitman goes through in second. A result not too many people expected to happen, but it is true. Hitman eliminates Elazer in the decider match in 2 very, very quick games. And joining us back on the desk now is Pig, and I'm sure you're as shell-shocked as everyone else is at how that series went down.
What can I say? I've just got a cheesy grin on my face right now. I mean, we just saw America triumph over Europe. Not something we see every day, but it happened. Twitch chat's going crazy.
It doesn't matter how he wins, it's still a win, right?
It is, and it's such a smart build, Hey, the 1-base 3-gate, that is the perfect way to execute that build. That hits so fast. I mean, you've only got a 1 in 3 chance of that being scouted. That was so smart, and it's something you almost never see at this level.
I really respect the way he's just come here, played his game, not let anyone kind of affect him. And yeah, it's just really cool to see because he is unknown. He isn't too well experienced with this offline situation. And he's definitely made a lot of fans today, that's for sure, including me.
And how far do you think he can go at the season finals playing like this? It's going to be difficult. There's a lot of good players there.
You know what? I'm not going to say he's a Haas, but he is a Haas. He's not afraid to do what he's best at, and it worked for him today. And it's no easy feat making it to the round of 16 in WCS, that's for sure. So obviously the level of competition is going to be a lot higher, and I'm sure the players there will have studied him, especially these series that he played today. So I'm sure that they're going to be a lot more prepared than maybe Elazer was. So it's going to be a lot harder, but like he said, he's going to bring some new cheeses. So I'm excited to see him play.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. It's been excellent working alongside you today. Thank you for everyone tuning in here on twitch.tv, and thank you everyone who joined us here in the ESL studios as well. That's us done for today, but we'll be back tomorrow, the same time, same place, to continue our journey to the season finals. We have 2 positions open. Who's going to be taking it tomorrow?